In this video, we're going to be talking about natal sun in Aries in the 5th house and what this placement means when it's in the birth chart. And what the sun represents in astrology is it represents our ego and our actions, and specifically the way that we constantly tend to act. That's what ego is as well, because it's the role that we end up playing in life, and it's also our value to others and what motivates our actions, how we want to be seen, and how we come across to others, specifically our actions. So this is why the sun shows an aspect of our personality, whereas the ascendant shows our appearance, how we look to others. The sun shows how our actions look to others. So when you have the sun in Aries, this indicates that you're somebody that tends to always act in alignment to your perception of things and to your identity. You have a very strong sense of identity, and in fact, the sun is exalted, meaning it has its highest expression when it's in Aries, because it shows somebody that doesn't change themselves circumstantially for other people. And it's somebody that doesn't mind standing out in their own way of doing things or in their viewpoint. And they don't really notice the fact that they stand out. They're just more so focused on their perspectives, and that will sometimes lead them to be in a position of leadership or of standing out from others. They're also quite competitive, but in this case, we have it in the 5th house as well. And the 5th house is all about fun and enjoyment, and it's all about games. It's all about romance as well, and ego, because it's ruled by the sun. So the sun is very strong when it's in the 5th house and in Aries, because not only is it exalted, but it's in its own house. And this placement shows somebody that is the most fun. They're very spontaneous and entertaining in terms of their actions, and they naturally take the spotlight because they are just being themselves. Now, another trait of this placement is that they are very confident in their point of view of things, and there could be a tad bit of ego as well that makes it so that these people always like to be right. And they have a strong moral conviction, or like a strong internal compass, or like a moral or philosophical compass. Now, these people are a bit philosophical in nature, and they're gamblers. They like to take risks. And that's because the sun in Aries shows somebody that has confidence that when they do something, it's going to come out right the first time. And so they have a very direct approach to doing things. So when it comes to having fun, you're very direct and you're very bare, very literal. And, you know, the 5th house is ruled by the sun, and it shows our value to others, how we receive validation. And when the 5th house is in Aries, which is the sign of the self, the sign of the identity, this means that your value to others is literally just yourself. Like, that's why you tend to be such a fun or spontaneous individual when you have this placement, especially when the sun is in a strong aspect, or when it doesn't have any negative afflictions. If it has like negative afflictions, this could show somebody that's working to become more confident and that's working to become themselves, but they have like insecurities maybe get in the way, or like challenging aspects to different planets that cause a feeling of not being fully themselves as much as they want to. But with no negative aspects, this shows people that are just fun and spontaneous. And even if you do have negative aspects, you don't realize it, but you come across, very valuable to others just due to your character. Because Aries is all about our identity. The sun is about our character. The 5th house is also about our character. So you're the type of person as well that you'll just have fun by yourself, and others will be infected by your energy, or they'll want to follow. So you guys always initiate, pleasurable situations or like activities. And when it comes to romance, which is another point of the 5th house, you guys tend to be quite direct. And sometimes you guys are pushy and the other person is not ready to open up. But that is just another aspect of this placement too, on a side note. So finally, you just generally give value to others by being you, and others just follow suit. So that basically, sums up Sun in Aries in the 5th house, having this exalted planet in its own house. And yeah, so with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed and that it resonated. And if you did, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. Other than that, I will talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.